with Keeper of the Homestead, and this is my lovely co-host, Vange Johnson. And as some of you probably know, we had a little mishap.
Massive.
It was so crazy. We had this little card and we videotaped this, and the Lord came anointed, especially Van. She just came down and it was just amazing. Like she was on fire, like this whole message. But we have prayed and the Lord can resurrect the message. It's going to be amazing. But we tried. We had like hours and hours. I spent like 5 or 6 hours trying to
7 hours.
get this off of the computer. I did some dumb thing with my fingers. I got sticky fingers, and you know how I am with my sticky fingers.
But you know what? When we first did it, we did just like 10 minutes and we got off. We were like, did you hear that? We were just like, I want to hear that again. It was like whoosh, whoosh. And so we were watching it.
Oh.
But I did notice that, you know, when I'm on your jolly thing, what you do here, whatever this is, what you're watching, I noticed that I
rub your hand.
I rub. My hands do this thing.
So funny.
This is not a pet, but it's my pet. So if you see me rubbing, it's just what I do.
And then we have water tea today.
Oh, I love the water tea.
We're just doing this because, you know, it's like, here,
listen, little girls can't have all the fun.
No, we're having water. We're just drinking water, but in a fancy cups.
Yes,
it's tea.
Oh, I love
water tea.
Tastes so good.
I know. It's so fun.
Do you want a little bit of water cream with your water?
I want some water cream with my water.
Okay, I want a little bit of water with my water. And I say water.
Water. And I say water.
You say water.
Water.
Yeah. Water. Anyway, okay. What are we doing?
Okay, so we were on this verse, Proverbs 31:17.
Yes.
And do you remember it?
Yeah. She girdeth her loins with strength. And what else?
And strengtheneth her arms.
And strengthened her arms. But I did want to say that in other translations, it actually, and first of all, you're doing this whole Proverbs 31 thing,
right,
which is about the virtuous woman. It's also, I think Mum's mentioned it, it's an allegory of Jesus and his beautiful bride.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but getting back to the virtuous woman, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I do that. See, I'm playing with stuff. I can't help it.
Just drink your water.
Okay. But in other translations, what it actually means, she girdeth her loins with strength and strengtheneth not just her arms, she strengtheneth her shoulders.
Yes, that was amazing.
Yeah. She strengthens.
So good.
Well, I wanted to say this because I'm going to forget everything that I ever said, but I'm just going to go out on a limb. I was reading yesterday is it yesterday? Who knows? But I was reading in 1 Peter. I'm in Peter, right? And Peter, it's just the beginning of the whole adventure of Peter. And Peter goes in, oh, I'm writing to you, to all the scattered churches. And I looked it up, and the scattered churches were actually the refugees from Israel.
Wow.
Yeah, they were the refugees, and they were the discarded. They were discarded, and they were kicked out, and they were like these people who they felt out of place. And the next lines that is spoken in Peter is you are not forgotten. And so before I get into that, I want to speak to you wives. You might feel like you're out of place as a mother. And you might feel like, well, I'm all alone and I don't know how to do this.
Or like nobody knows.
Or forgotten. I want to say you are not forgotten.
No.
You are not alone. You were chosen. You might feel like, I don't know how to do this. I'm in a foreign land, and motherhood sometimes feel like it's a foreign land. I don't know what I'm doing. But you are in the perfect place. You are not alone. God's holding your hand. And you were chosen for your children. Out of all the mothers since the beginning of time to the end of time, you are it. You are not forgotten. He is there ready to hold your hand, to come down into this foreign land called mothering until he makes it your own and you feel comfortable in your own place, in your own body as a mother. Like, don't feel today like I want to give up. I'm just alone and I don't know how to do this. don't give up. He's right there to hold your hand. You are not forgotten. I want to also say, coming back to that verse where he strengtheneth your arms, it actually means you're strengthening your shoulders. You might not have slept, you might have little ones, or you might have teens who are like, ooh, how do I even figure out the dynamics of mothering these teens? You are not alone. He's got your hand. He's the great tour leader, the tour guide in this land called mothering. And he's going to strengthen your shoulders, and he doesn't give you the extra, the wild strengthens of shoulders. See, shoulders bear burdens. Shoulders, they take the next challenge. Big, strong shoulders. And we don't think of that with women, but actually in the Bible, it says this woman, this powerful, incredible wife, she has big, strong shoulders. And you might not feel like it, but I'm telling you, he is strengthening your shoulders. And he has given you strong shoulders. You might not feel like it, but he has given you. You might think, oh, this other woman, she's strong. No, you. He's given you strong shoulders. Like, he gives you the ability to grow more shoulder muscles. The more challenges you take on, and you think, oh man, I don't know if I can add one thing more. I don't know if I can even do it now. Yeah, you can. Yes. We're rooting for you. We are for you. You are chosen for your children. Nobody else. You have more bigger shoulders than us for your children. Yep. And we've got the shoulders for our family and for our dynamic. And you know, in the natural, there's a place of being strong too for your family, so that you can be able to do the things that are needed of you. And for my height, I've actually got little shoulders. But in the spirit, I've got massive shoulders. In my world as mothering, you might be the tiniest little person with these big, tall, strong boys, or these rascally little children. I don't care what it looks like. In the spirit world and inside, God comes and he makes your shoulders strong. And it says, she strengtheneth her arms and makes her shoulders strong. And so in your mind, what does your shoulders carry? They carry your head, they carry your mind, and it starts in the mind. If you start to think these negative thoughts, I'm here to tell you, God says, you're not forgotten. I'm here to tell you, Erin, speak, please. But anyway, she just wanted me to go for it. I forgot what I said.
But the Lord remembered. He gave it to you.
Yeah, but there was more. It doesn't matter.
That's amazing.
You speak into this, because we're here to tell you this is your day. We're going to take the millstones of negativity off your head, off your neck, and say, this is the wonderful land. It's not a foreign land. It might be new, but it's a good land. And he's here, he's holding your hand, and you're not forgotten. You're not a refugee in a foreign land. It might feel like in a mothering because it's so encompassing. You become the teacher, you become the painter, you become the broad stroke on their lives. The broad stroke, the nurse, the everything. You become everything, but you have these shoulders. Strengthen your shoulders. I want to tell you, make your shoulders big today. You can do it.
Well, what about the mind? You were saying about your brain. Like,
well,
that was
your
shoulders,
the biggest thing. Sorry. Okay. So the biggest thing that your shoulders carry is the number one thing that will either set your life afire or will take you to the grave. It is your mind. And you need to strengthen, most of all, your mind, because the way your mind goes, the way your day goes.
Yes. And it's all a choice.
Yes, it is. It's a choice.
It's all a choice. It is, because I know that, because one of the things I said that I remember that I said was that I was having a conversation with my husband earlier that morning before we filmed.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, it just must be so easy to be married to somebody like me.
Don't you love that?
Me too. And he's got these broad, strong shoulders, you know, and there's times when I was totally disabled where he used his strong shoulders to carry me through a lot of really terrible things, that when I was going through such terrible pain and I was disabled, and he just carried me, like he just picked me up. because I'm only 5'1" and he's 6'5".
Yes.
Just strong shoulders. But see, I'm not bragging when I say it's easy. It came over time, and he said you weren't always easy to deal with, but I finally figured it out that it was my choice.
Yes.
That I chose to not put unreasonable burdens on his shoulders. Like, I didn't expect him to make me happy. So a lot of times women, they go around miserable because my husband didn't do this for me, or he doesn't ever compliment me. If I waited for my husband to compliment me, ladies, I would wait till the cows came home.
Some men are complimenters, some are just...
Mine's quiet. He'll just sit there and he'll eat food, and if he's eating it, that means he likes it. If he doesn't like it, he'll say he doesn't like it. But he doesn't say, oh, thank you, darling. You're the most amazing woman in the whole world. Oh, and I just love you so much, and you're so beautiful. He doesn't say it, but I don't need him to say any of that, because when you're content and you get all of this strength from the Lord, and your joy comes from Jesus, you don't need anybody else to fill that cup, because it's already filled.
They're so stinking awesome. No, that's rad, because it puts a practical step on it. And I think sometimes you're upset because you're trying to make your husband another woman.
Yeah.
You're trying to make him like what your girlfriends do, or what we would do.
Yeah.
And you think, well, this is what I need. Why don't you be like this? Why don't you tell me this? I mean, they're a man.
They don't say that. Does your husband go around? Oh my goodness.
That would be hilarious.
We laugh all the time, because when we get together as couples,
Yeah.
it's so hilarious, because her and I are complimenting and encouraging each other and all this stuff, and we're like going buzzing around, dancing around and praising Jesus, and our husbands are just like this.
Yeah, and sometimes you say, well, why? Well, for fun, we'll say, why don't you say that? They'll go, I like you.
Or, yep.
That means they love us. They love us, and they do. Like, if you met my husband, people would say he's just like the greatest thing on the earth.
They really are. My husband is so amazing, and they have their gifts. Like, God made men to carry even sometimes bigger burdens than women, because they carry the whole family on their shoulders.
But so we are to carry, and love carries. So they carry us, and they carry us in love the way they know how to. And as women, we carry our children, even though they might be bigger than us, we carry them in love. And so love is a choice. Love is a choice. And so you strengthen your shoulders every day by choosing to love. Yep. So how do I do that? This is a mess. Choose the other way. Don't concentrate. Use your brain. Strengthen your brain on these shoulders, and don't choose the negative thoughts. Bring your house into line. Bring your brain into line. Bring order in your home by first this and then this, by love and by choosing and knowing you're not forgotten. We love you. We're rooting for you. We are so there for you. Yeah.
Guess what else is there? Right in between the shoulders is your heart.
Yeah.
That's right
exactly right.
Because love
carries.
Yeah. So that's pretty.
And love carries over all the bumps and the foreign land and it just.
Yeah, I know. And some people say, oh, my house is out of order, and my children are misbehaving, and my husband doesn't appreciate me, and all these things. Now, instead of focusing, remember what Serene said when we were at fellowship last Sunday. She was saying, wasn't that good too? She was saying something about how instead of focusing on the old man, the dead man,
focus on.
Don't carry that. Don't carry this old junk.
Yes, God,
on your
give
shoulders.
me opportunities.
Carry the things for today.
Yes.
And think of it like you're gonna go instead of
instead of saying I'm just saying I'm an angry man. Ask God.
I have to deal with my anger problem. She said, "Oh, but after your whole life of dealing with your anger problem, once you deal with it, are you gonna take your anger out to lunch? Are you gonna have fun with your anger? What are you going to do with your anger once you dealt with it, once it's all done with?"
Yeah, you're going to parade it. It's so stupid. So anyway, this guy in the end, he started asking the Lord for opportunities to have patience instead.
And kindness.
Patience and kindness. And so, this week, you amazing mothers, you amazing ladies, ask God, whatever it is, instead of saying, oh, I'm just negative, oh, I'm just tired, ask Him for opportunities to bring life, or ask Him for the opposite of your negative thought.
Exactly.
An opportunity to bring the heaven dimension into an opportunity that you've usually thought or taken the negative idea.
Yeah.
So
That's right, really. So that's your assignment this week is just
it's a great assignment, and what it does is we want to release the millstones from around your neck. And out there you're going to hear all sorts of things. Oh, come out with us, or just, leave your children, or blah, 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 blah.
Or go to all these different blogs and all these different books and all these things. Like, you don't need all that stuff.
It's a rat race. It's a rat race.
Yeah, you're on one of them balls, those little gerbils crawling around, and then they actually don't get anywhere.
Yeah, so we want to just take that millstone off your neck and just enjoy your life. Enjoy your life, enjoy your children, enjoy your mothering, enjoy it.
Yeah, just
you're
really
doing great.
Embrace it. It's such a gift.
Who were designed for your family, your husband, your children. You were chosen.
Yep.
He's calling your name.
He is. He called us all by name, hasn't he?
I know. So good.
It's so good.
Okay.
And one of the things too, when I was riding to my doctor's appointment yesterday, because I was struggling with a little bit of fear in the morning because I had that immunization shot, and I thought I had fevers and I had headaches from it, and it was a terrible thing, and I totally disagree with immunizations. And so
we're going to get all the women who are into it.
I know. Sorry. Well, anyway.
But she had it.
I was talking, and she was praying over me because I was getting scared because I had this terrible headache for over a week. So, as I was riding to the appointment, I don't know, somehow I just sat there and I started weeping because I started to think about how beautiful life is. Even just to think that, what if it was your last day? Just think of how beautiful life is, and just even the mundane things, and you can just see it playing in your own mind. Just the little things like smiling at your little one, or folding laundry, or cooking a meal and serving your family.
Shower. I went for years without having. There's times when you don't have hot water or whatever. It's just little things.
Yeah, but life is beautiful.
And
life is precious. It's just like you can just choice every day just to wake up and be thankful for all the things that you do have. Because there are some people out there that wake up and they find out they have a terminal cancer or something, and they do everything they can naturally to fight it, but they're running for their lives. Yeah, they have one day at a time. It's like they don't know what day will be their last, and it's like live your life to the fullest because you just never know, and you just want to live in the present with Jesus, with everything that He's given for you to hold on your shoulders, with all your heart and all your mind.
Grow those big shoulders, grow them, build them.
Please pray.
Oh, okay. Lord, you're so amazingly good. Just good to us. You're so good. Lord, I ask that whoever's watching, Lord, every synapse of negativity would be thrown out. Lord, they would choose your thoughts.
Yes.
Lord, their minds would be strengthened even after hearing this. Their minds would be strengthened in you. God, that you would deliver them from the concept that they are alone, that they are rejected, that they are misfits, or that they are scattered out into no man's land. Lord, that you remind them today that they are not forgotten, that you have chosen them, that out of all the other mothers that could be, it's them. It is them, Lord. And I ask, God, that they would broaden their shoulders today. They would strengthen their shoulder muscles in love to carry what you have put before them in the name of you, Jesus, whom we love. Yeah, you're so good. Amen. Yeah.
Well, have a wonderful weekend. I'm so glad that the Lord could come and be here with us, that we could share that with you. And I hope that
just have some more water.
Yes, more water.
Yeah, hang on.
We just
like here, there.
Life-giving water.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. God bless.
Actually, water's so good.
It's so good.
I love water. Oh, little girls can't have all the fun.